everyone, good morning and welcome aboard the fleet. My name is Gabby and I'll be your captain and storyteller today on our journey to Storybook Land. For your safety, we ask that you please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs into the vehicle and out of the water at all times. And please supervise any children. Now, most people travel to encounter the world through the pages of the book. But for those that are able to travel there in person, they often find the way into being quite magical, pretty menacing. But don't worry, friends, of the books that we're traveling through the jaws of Monstro the whale. We're really being transported to a magical world called Storybook Land.
Look at the houses, Joes.
Our story today begins with a big, bad wolf, and he lives in that cave just to the left. He's always after the three little pigs, but luckily they live just across the way in those three houses. One house made of straw, one made of sticks, and one made of guaranteed wolf-proof bricks. Our story now takes a strange turn, but just around that riverbed is a quaint single village with a home to Alice. Her mom golden afternoon she followed a white rabbit down the rabbit hole, and down into Wonderland they fell. But things only became curiouser and curiouser from there. Just across the way from their park, where Peter Pan and the drowning children took their first flight over to Neverland, thanks to the help of Tinkerbell's pixie dust, and they would never ever have to grow up. Straight ahead is Agrabah, the city of mystery and enchantment, where a streamer named Aladdin found his princess Jasmine in the monkey place and stole her heart. Now, although the two were from two different worlds, the power of love, and the hope of a Judy they're married, and now they live in the Sultan's palace.
Josie, whose house was that? Aladdin's house?
These magical places is where love shines. Just like the twinkle nights in the archways just above us, the very same ones that Princess Jasmine and Aladdin first soared over, sideways and under, and the classic carpet ride into a whole new world. Up ahead is the Cave of Wonders. The treasure bears a curse that can only be lifted by the genie of the lamp. Aladdin houses that whoever that the genie brings with the captain 3 wishes. Let's make a wish inside and see if it comes true.
The other one's crooked.
Now, White wished to be free from the evil queen, and when she came upon the cozy cottage to the right, the 7 dwarfs gave her shelter and return for kindness. And across the way, Cinderella wished close to fall, but her wicked stepmother forbade her, leaving her in her blue chateau on the left. Luckily, she had her fairy godmother who granted a wish, and so she could return home by midnight and her carriage turned back into a pumpkin. Now, although magic does have its limits, love does not, and now Cinderella lives in the castle atop the hill.
What's next, Josie?
There's magic all throughout Storybook Land. Most of the miniature trees that never grow thanks to Tinkerbell's enchantment. This is one of the reasons why this was their favorite place to master storyteller Walt Disney, and one that continues to inspire new stories. Stories like the Tower of Rapunzel, whose secluded tower is just on her left. And she's nothing more than to see the floating lights on her birthday. Rapunzel finally lets on her hair and left the tower, along with Flynn Rider and his mother. If you look close to you might even see someone Flynn Rider and his on the posters, but they just can't seem to get his nose right. Magic continues into stories like The Wind and the Willow with Mole, Rat, and Mr. Toad. The stately manner is just on her left. But unfortunately, friends, he's not in today. He's off on a wild ride on his motor car, headed to nowhere in particular. And just up the road, we have stories of magic found in the kingdom of Arizona. And also flees to her ice castle up in the mountains. And all that just won't let it go. And up ahead is Alpine Village. And the wood carpenter Geppetto wished upon a star for his puppet to become a real boy. And after Pinocchio saves him from the belly of Monstro the whale, the blue fairy grants a wish. And just across the way is the outskirts of Arendo's Oaken's trading post, where you saw you almost got his big summer blowout. Geppetto's wish is like those made in many fairy tales, or like even Little Mermaid named of Prince Ericsson's castle on Ice, that inspired her to give up her life for sea to fulfill her dream of becoming Carnival World. The first story began just upon the waterfall in the underwater city of Alaska, and spilled out its adventures and then ended happily ever after. As our story comes to an end and as we approach the dock, remain seated. Everyone along the dockside watch those hands on their fingers. Once we come to a complete stop, we're all going to stand up together in the center of the open alley so that no one has to go under the sea.